8 o'clock sessions, and that seems to be when Arthur wants to do the multiplayer stream, and yeah, my schedule just doesn't allow for it, so I may end up dropping out of that, but I may do Farm Sim 19 myself, like I did this week with a long look at Mercury Farms. I keep wanting to say Mayfair, but, although I tend to prefer to do my extended first looks at a weekend as and when I have time to do it. I may eventually introduce something else as a Friday night stream. Wednesday night the same as well. I mean, entire possibility I could add World of Warships as a late night Friday while the Royal Navy promotion's going on, and then once that's over we'll figure out something to do on Wednesday night and Friday night. There is the possibility that we could have Mrs. Osei farm, so I may pick one of those nights to do that. And yeah, as I said, I might pick a different game. Another possible early stream would be, say, single player truck sim. That would allow that allows me to pause the game if I need to. But I couldn't do multiplayer with the possible need to walk away from the keyboard for 5-10 minutes, because that'll just boot me from the server. I kind of don't want to have to do that. Looks like another bale got missed. Okay, if I line up on this right, we should be able to clear out this stretch, at which point I'll just clear out the bottom end of the field, and then we'll migrate back to, I'm saying bottom end, it's going to be the west end of this field, and then we'll migrate through this bottleneck back to the east end of the field to finish this up. As I said, we've got nothing else to do today, so we're just going to be sitting here looking at this tractor driving along, mowing and raking. And I could join Arthur's stream after he's finished, but I kind of like to keep the continuity. So, I've got no idea what's happened in the last 2 weeks, because I haven't watched the streams yet, and so I'd like to know. I like to step into something and know what's been going on for the last 4 hours, or 2 hours, or whatever it is, in order to be able to at least start my stream and keep the continuity going. When Arthur's there and everybody else is there and I'm there too, I don't mind streaming sort of a second viewpoint of the session. But it is his farm, it is his stream. At least that's the way I look at it. So if I'm not going to be there while he's streaming, I should probably look for my own thing. As I said, I might consider multiplayer something, although it probably won't be a 16-player stream initially. And maybe as I build up my followers, it could become a subscriber-only stream. But for now, I'll just, much like World of Warships, I'll do an open invite. If you want to play, you can do. But if we get more demand, then I'll reconsider the openness of the invite. I mean, the other thing is I'm also using Arthur's Discord server, which is kind of fine because we still do words again. We still do stuff together, so it's not a bad thing sharing that. But if I start going more solo stuff, then I'm gonna need to set up my own group. I may talk to Arthur about that and see what he thinks. We too, at least at the moment, tend to play the same games. So we share viewerships. I also understand that it's kind of a little bit of a competition, because there are people who have been loyal to Arthur for a long time, so they're still going to be watching Arthur's stream in preference to mine. And where we have a little bit of competition in the past, he streams Sims on Monday, and I stream World of Warships, and we have overlapped. But there's people who don't like The Sims, so they will, at least if they like World of Warships, will probably watch my stream as opposed to his. There's some that really don't care which game they play. Yeah, they're watching, it's Arthur they're there to watch, in which case he's going to get those viewers. And there's some people who prefer World of Warships, and I'm going to get those in preference to Arthur. That's kind of the way it is. But with Simone in town at the moment, Arthur's, I don't mean this in a negative way, but his stream is a little unreliable when it comes to the timing that he's doing it. I know, for example, I have missed I missed the multiplayer, what was it, 22nd of February, because I sort of hung around until about 9:30, but I was so tired I just said, yeah, I can't stay up any longer, I'm going to bed. And I think he streamed that. No, he didn't stream that on the Friday. He cancelled that stream, but we were all sitting around waiting for him to start at the time. He ended up streaming on Saturday, which was just completely impossible for me because I had 5 kids in the house. So I couldn't join that particular session. But I've missed more than a few of his streams in the last week where he's started streaming at 11 o'clock and sorry, it's a work night and I need to get up and feed kids breakfast, so I've got to go to bed. get some sleep. So, yeah, I'm not staying up that late to watch it. One night, I think I watched the first 5 minutes, but that was because I was cleaning up on my stream, creating the highlights and exporting them out to YouTube. But once that was done, that's it, I'm done, I'm off to bed. Yeah, Bimpin, I'm really only talking about the times where we're both streaming at the same time. And so far that's really only been Monday's World of Warships and The Sims that have overlapped to any serious extent. But I think the two games are dissimilar enough that we're building up our own viewership for that, and I'm providing an alternative for people who like watching both of us but really don't like watching The Sims. But obviously Tuesday night can be bad because that's one of Arthur's farm sim streaming nights. I've been streaming Estancia Lepacho, and that I have noticed there's a drop off when Arthur starts streaming. Everybody leaves my stream to watch that. And yeah, and you go to bed about the same time I do, Binpin. So, obviously if Arthur turns up at 11 o'clock, we're both heading to bed at that point. But what I try to do the next day, if possible, and I haven't been able to this last week because I've had meetings to go to at work, is I'll watch his raw stream rather than wait until he publishes it to YouTube. Because I've done that in the past where I missed a stream and then waited for him to publish it to YouTube, by which time he's already streamed again, and it's sort of I get to the point where I'm just confused, have I watched this one before or not? It's easy for the Micah and Arthur farms because they're YouTube only. So I know that when he publishes one of those, I haven't seen it yet. But there's a number of times I'll watch his Felsbrunn series, and I get 10 minutes into a video and it's sort of, oh, there's a comment by me. I guess I've seen this bit already. And I can't, I watch it both for him and for, the farm story, if you like. We're both telling a story here. I'm running a lucrative Scottish farm that's raking in the money. Well, it has been, at least. My bank balance is not as healthy as it has been in the past.
Do you have Lucky Charms? I like them.
But I can see, as I start maybe introducing other games that Arthur's not interested in, then I'm going to start, what's the word for it? Cultivating my own audience who doesn't know anything of Arthur and may not be quite so interested in watching his stuff. Oh, damn it. Sorry. The wrapper's got all messed up. I think what I'll do is when I end up get to the end of this bit, I'll take over the wrapper again and wrap all the bales that haven't been done. Yeah, and that could, I mean, the Monday to Wednesday being late streams, I'm kind of going to bed as he's coming online. At least I have been for the last few weeks, so that's almost like a regular TV schedule where you've got a number of shows running, and your choice, you can watch any of them. And if you want to watch multiple shows, you can. You need to stop following him. Oh, stop. going independent again, and we're going to grab some of these bales that didn't get wrapped. Unfortunately, I'm also going to have to move them as I wrap them. Since this is my general collection point, I'm going to stick these over here. But the multiplayer streams, because of my situation now, I'm less likely to be able to join Arthur on his streams. But I also will be unlikely to be competing with him. Because he'll be streaming at times I just can't meet. And in those cases, I will, you know, I'll try and respect his and your time. So if he's already streaming multiplayer ETS, like I've done in the past, I'll just say, okay, when Arthur's stream has finished, we'll meet back up in Portland and start again. Is that a bale? Or is that? No, that's just a pile of grass. Okay. So that at least that point we're providing a continuous entertainment as opposed to an overlap. And I'm trying to keep, when we're doing multiplayer truck sim, what I'm trying to do is the first run can be a longer one, but then after that point, because I'm trying to watch the time and obviously I've got to go to bed at some point, I'm looking to do sort of shorter 10-15 minute trips towards the end, just so that we can finish what I consider on time. That didn't work. We will try that again. Oh, those are right on the grass bit that I need to harvest. Doink. So at least, you know, even if Arthur just wants to start his stream when he wants to start his stream, what I'll then just do is say, well, we've got 10 minutes of this one to do, and then yeah, I'll call it at that point. And I can then watch his stream while I'm sort of producing the highlights and going with. Okay, that's that. We need to go back to. Yeah, as I say, I can watch him while I'm producing my videos for YouTube.
You did a good job.
That would be helpful, actually. Now, what am I doing here? We're starting that up. Starting that up. Starting that up, and we're getting back to the mowing. Oops. And we'll do it on cruise control so that we don't lose the wrapper.
No.
I'm going to need to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Possibly. No, maybe not.
Why are you following him?
There's them following him.
I know that. But why?
Because I told them to.
How could you tell them?
By giving them orders and saying, follow me. Okay, that's done. Now we can head up to the top half of the field and get the rest of it done. Leave that alone. Obviously, if he's looking at doing a slightly later start on MP trucking, which means there is a chance I can join in. And next week will be ETS. So quit messing with that. Okay, I'm going to stop that there and let's play with GPS. So I need to oh, that's jumping around. Okay. Oh, that's work width. I'm completely stupid. Auto work width. There we go. And actually, that red line looks like it's in the right place. A bit messing. I need to take a tiny little bit off. So what's that at? 9.3, 9.2, 8.9. I'd like to get 9 if I can. There we go. We need to shift over so the red line is adjacent to the grass, which is round about there. Turn that on and go cruise control. So yeah, if he also moves the farm a little bit later, obviously this week was an exception because we did have the event on at church, so that was 9 o'clock before I could get online. But if it gets later than that, or yeah, if it gets to sort of around his 8 o'clock start time, I can probably join him on that. Similar stuff. It's probably going to miss a strip here. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm not going to worry about missing a strip at this point. We're doing okay as it is. And this is actually a bonus cut. I wasn't, I just want to get it out the way, turn it into bales, and sell them at the BGA. The two main grass fields that we have are going to be cut again, and I'm probably going to be doing animal food out of them. Because I don't want to end up in the situation where I don't have enough straw or hay to feed them. I've definitely got enough silage because that's all in the bunker. And we still have about 1.2 million there. Okay. Okay. So at this point, GPS will do alternate rows because the working width on the mowers is wider than the turn circle of the, or narrower than the, quit messing, than the tractor is capable of turning. So we'll run north. No, he goes along here for a bit. I'll probably leave the bales. We're at 4 o'clock already. As I said, there's nothing else to do today. We've just got the 3 tractors running. We have fed all the animals now. I look at that and think, wow, cheap wages. Especially when I look at, what was it, the wages I was racking up on Mercury Farms. That with 2 workers was about $2,000, £2,000 an hour.
Stop trying to do it.
So a worker costs about £1,000 an hour, and this one I've got the baler and the wrapper running with workers. They're not costing me anything as much. What's that?
Daddy phone.
Yeah, phone.
Pause.
Wait, listen.
I'm not gonna turn. Only if Daddy says.
We're not turning.
Better stop touching.
So what is the time now? See, I like the font size on this. I can read the it's called Vehicle Inspector on 19. I think it's I can't remember what it's called on this version. Oh, that layout is really awkward. But we managed to get over it, so that's okay. Oh, the wrapper's got messed up again.
Then go back to it.
Hopefully going through the turn it'll sort itself out.
No feeling. Stop pushing it. I hope the wrapper doesn't get messed.
Looks like the wrapper's bounce corrected itself some. Yeah, there it goes. So we're wrapping bales
So
again.
that one does do something.
That does do something. In this game. Doesn't in the other one. So yeah, and also the clock at the top right is much easier to read font size than it is in 19. Although I do believe I can edit the time .ini file to change the font size and change what actually appears. So
That wasn't me.
I can actually change it so it says date and time.
19. Was it you, Dad? Was it Dad? It was
Yeah.
you.
It was the people on the internet. We're listening to you talking. You going to say hello to them?
No.
Okay. Okay. At least it's far enough back I can miss that one. Oh, maybe. Oh no!
You better go faster.
Listen.
A hand swap. He's slow, but the other one really is fast. Faster. Let's see if he's behind us. What does that one do?
That one looks behind us.
That's what does it do. Push it. 6.
Okay. We've been going about 2 hours, I think. Stat should say. Oh yeah. According to my calculations, we've been running about an hour and a half so far. Oh, I'm going to have to take over manually again.
Down one. And that one sets up it.
Yeah.
That one looks inside of it. That green one don't turn, Fanny. We both turn. Holly, we both say it.
Oh no, don't leave it there. Ugh. Okay, I guess we're going to come back and ram into that bale on the next run. So I need to take it wide so that we don't interfere with the baler or the rackle when we get back on the track I want to take.
And
There's the wrapper.
straight. Make it straight.
That's, I think that's the...
Go faster. No, we
Yes.
can't. Go faster. Go.
Wait, messing. Oh, that.
Did you mess up or something?
No.
It is something weird. Something weird.
I think I'm. Well. Oh, I know what I did. So the reason we're missing strips of grass is because when I said auto width over here, it auto widthed on this thing, which is wide. I think these are only 8.6 meters, so we're losing about 0.4 on each side of, or 0.2 on each side.
Hey, Mom.
So we're going to end up with silly little strips of grass. Yeah, leaning on that. But it's probably not a significant amount. We might miss out on one bale.
Mommy's not in here.
Yeah, I know.
I can't hear. Mommy's taking a shot. Mommy taking her shot. Wait, Mom. I don't see. Hey, huh? You're gonna have to get up there.
Now, I believe, well, it's entirely possible that we can do an overnight sleep at about 6 o'clock. I usually leave it till 8.
Don't put that. Only not us.
Although that might be winter that you can sleep from 6 o'clock because it's dark then.
Only baby.
And Seasons does have at least some sort of sensor
Right.
to know when it's dark and when it's not. Now that I own that field, I can actually cut the grass all the way to the
You
edge.
have to get it first, Daddy. You have to get on his lap. Right. Yeah, because you're too big, Holly. Wait, you could be right here. Oh, you're not really too big. Heavy. Holly, talk in that microphone. You don't fall.
Say hello.
There, you, Dad.
I already said hello an hour and a half ago.
Dad. I just did. Dad. Do it, Dad.
Do it again? What?
Yeah. Talk in the microphone.
I've been talking all this time. Now they said hi, kids.
No.
Yeah.
Hello.
messing.
Sandy, you are naughty. No, you aren't. Why does that one goes first and that one goes last?
Because this is me playing the game, and this is what the internet people see. They're about probably about 10 seconds behind, and that's not in my control. That's the time it takes
Or maybe that's the camera.
this game to go all the way down the internet to where this is all being stored, and then all the way back to this computer
Oh.
so that you can see what's happening. Okay, lots of bales in the way again. Let's see how much of a disaster this is.
Or you could put it like
Don't.
straight.
Got it.
So this one is doing it all by itself.
Yeah. Look, somebody else said hi.
Huh?
Somebody else said hi.
Yeah. Hello. Hello. Oh, Pretty just said hello. Pretty just said hello. You said it too. Hello. I said it a lot of times. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Wait. Holly. Holly. I just said your name. What, that one? Wait.
Yeah,
4,
that's quite a lot of grass we
3,
missed.
2,
But
2,
problem is because of the way
1.
GPS works.
That's our passport. That's my number.
I can't alter the working width
Please, 2,
without offsetting the entire
5,
row.
6, 2, 7, 8,
Hey,
5. I did not do that.
you did that.
Yeah. No. Uh-huh. 2. What?
Because the GPS setting, I can alter it as soon as we finish this row, because this gets us back online with where we're at.
4, 3.
So as soon as I get to the end here,
2, 2. Why is the blinkers on?
because you put them on. Quit messing.
Yeah, shut them back
Okay,
on.
we'll do a manual turnaround here.
Yeah.
We'll reset the GPS
Don't
operating
turn
width.
them back on. You don't. You better go faster.
Sit back. Okay, so we want to be around about 8.6. So we'll go down to 8.2. That's probably good for what we're trying to catch here. We'll shift the little red line over so that it's right on the edge of the grass. And we'll re-engage cruise control.
Holly, stop. I'm not doing it.
So now I will catch, because of the overlap I've got here, it's overlapping on the mowers rather than the windrower.
I can do it on my
We
own.
should get successive
Hello. I can do it on my own.
without skipping strips of grass.
I can do it on my own. Holly, I can do it on my own.
I,
I can do it on my own.
I think GPS finds the edge of the field, and if you're not on a field, it's on the map, and it positions successive rows from that point onwards.
Very messy.
Yeah. Worry about you.
Yeah, because you turned it, so I turned it over that way, then you turned it this way. She had it up and I was trying to put it up.
Okay.
Way more.
Now at this point,
I see
I'm
a
going
dress.
to take over manual
I
turns.
should push that. Push it.
No, leave it alone.
Just barely touch there. Just sliding my thumb.
Because we're now at a point in the field where it's getting shorter the further north we go.
Don't do this. Do.
So what I will do
I
here,
shouldn't do that.
Girls, if you can't listen and leave stuff at home, you'll have to get away.
Okay.
we'll weave a path through the bales that are already on the field.
Oh, yeah, don't push Yeti much. Okay? You. I can't sit down. I can barely move.
That. Get back on track and go up the next row. I'll do a GPS controlled turn at the top, on the other end of the field, which means we'll skip a row and then do a row, skip a row, then do a row.
Ouch.
But for this end, because the field is not... Yeah. Although the... what is it? GPS. Is it the guidance steering mod or something like that? Whatever he's called it. It is still under development, and I believe his plan is to get it to a point where it is as functional as this one is, but it's not there yet. So we'll just have to see how it pans out. At the moment, it's quite a limited state. I believe you have to effectively drive from one corner of a field to another and say, okay, this is my field, now figure out the GPS for it, or at least one end of the field to the other, so it knows how far to go. It doesn't have a field sensor in it. And so, until he's got that in place, you're going to have to, it's kind of going to be limited to square fields. However, I was watching Farmer Klein yesterday afternoon, and he did suggest if you are using the steering guidance mod or whatever it is, go and download the latest version, because it's been updated so that it does do the little cheeps and chirps that this one does to tell you, hey, you're getting close to the edge of the field, or you've disengaged GPS. So and that's one of the reasons why I'm not using it on 19 yet, and also kind of a bit with Courseplay, is because they're constantly being updated. They're not available in the game mod hub, and so keeping track of what's been enhanced most recently means I have to go and look for it. It's not fed to me. I believe I found out that one of the mods I was using, and I can't remember which one. I look on FS-UK for a bunch of stuff, and I was out there the other day looking for a fresh download because I'd heard that one of the mods had been updated, and I've accidentally discovered that the Valtra mod that I'm using had also been updated. So, oops, sorry.
That's okay.
So I downloaded that at the same time, but there were no announcements on that, and I missed it, apart from I just happened to end up on the FS-19 website and noticed that there had been an update to that particular tractor mod. which is also, and there's a good chance that I am missing out on some good mods because someone creates a mod and uploads version 0.1 to their mod site, and then I play it and say, it's not really the quality I'm looking for, and give it a skip, and I'll remove the mod from it. The next time I see that mod, if I ever download it again, is when it makes it onto the in-game mod hub. Other than that, I don't go out looking for it again. So if someone produces version 0.02, 0.03, if I didn't think their version 0.01 was sufficiently good, I'm not going to see 0.02, 0.03. And they could really improve the way their mod works and sort out some problems. I mean, one of the ones we had problems with was the it's not real dirt, but the dirt mod that's in FS19. And I downloaded that, and it didn't work with the big seed bags with the 3-point attach crane on the back. Oh, what did you just do? You just pushed a button. You just pushed a button multiple times. Okay. Please stop the engine. So yeah, I uninstalled the dirt mod because it was interfering with too many other mods that I was already playing with. A couple of days later, the guy updates it because obviously you got a report that, hey, it's not playing well in the same sandbox as some of the other mods. At which point, oh look, it's been updated, I'll download it again. But that's kind of what it takes sometimes for me to get a mod back in. But if I'm searching for them on other websites, I'm not going to find an update unless I liked the mod in the first place. Even then, I might miss it. As I said, that Valtra mod I'm using, I could very easily have missed that it had been updated. Now, I don't think the update was significantly different. However, they did change the name of the zip file. It was something like FS19 underscore Valtra, possibly Valtra Tractors or something like that. The first release was underscore FS UK, and the version 2 does not include the FS underscore UK in the title. So what I've had to do on my copy, because it's active on a couple of my farms, is rename the V2 version FS underscore FS UK so that it overlays the existing version 1 for me, and I don't have to, I'm not going to go into a game and it's going to say, hey, all the tractors you have here have just disappeared and you're not going to be compensated for losing them. Now, if that mod gets released on the mod hub, I'm at that point I'm going to have to bite the bullet and say, okay, I need to find all the games that I'm using the Valtra mod tractors, sell them, delete the old FS UK mod, and use the mod hub one. So that they keep up to date with the current release. We've got two rows left. Oh no, we got a little bulge at the bottom there. I'll probably have to do that manually. Kids have gone on walkabouts, so let's get my cups off the desk so that they're allowed to get their own water cups. Rules of the household: don't mess with stuff on Mummy's and Daddy's desks. So they keep insisting on putting their water cups on Mummy's and Daddy's desk, which then technically means that if they come and get them, they're breaking the rule. Okay, we'll break wide so that we're not pushing that around. Now, since this tractor's actually pulling all of the wide kit, I don't have to worry about fouling the windrower with the mowers anymore. Although this could be a little bit tight. Woo! Just enough space. Actually, that bulge ain't that big. So we can go down and up, and this job's done.
Whoa. Whew.
Stop pulling and stuff. And we can check how many bales we've got, and I'll drop all this kit up in the sheep yard and get it washed up.
And the sheep and then wash it all up.
Yeah, the sheep will wash the tractor for me, because the sheep are really clever.
Where is the sheep?
In a field behind the trees.
Behind the trees?
Yeah. You go through the trees and out the other side, you'll find sheep.
So let's do it.
No. Because we have to cut grass, so the sheep have something to actually... The sheep aren't going to eat this grass. We're going to sell this.
They don't take it all.
The sheep are fully fed and very happy. And getting ready for winter, so they're growing their wool. Swing around here, and that should get the last bit.
Good tree.
There we go. So keep going for a little ways. We stop that there.
Stop that there.
Lift and fold.
Fold. That fold those
Fold
up.
that up. Oops.
Fold it up.
Fold it up. And for some reason that will turn off. Okay, we can stop
So
the engine on that one for now. Jump to the Zerion.
Zerion? What is that?
That's what that tractor's called. And we'll pull this one forward a bit. I need to turn it off, unload it,
Turn it off, unload it.
poop the bales out the back. We got half a bale in there, and I don't have enough grass to fill that. So that's done. We'll fold that up, lift the catcher, and we'll go back to this one. And I need to take a very quick break. I'll be back in a few minutes.
So I have to get up.
You have to get up. I'll drop that there.
So turn the engine
I'll
off.
save. Pause. I will be back in about